Hey everyone, we're going to wait just a few minutes to make sure everyone can get into the meeting room, and then we will get started. But thank you so much for being here this morning. Alrighty, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started for the sake of time. Thank you again so much for joining us for our virtual involvement week and for this session for our academic and pre-professional organizations. Just a few housekeeping notes before we get started. I see most of you are already doing this, but if you could just keep yourself on mute when you're not actively speaking on the call. I also want to point out that we're going to be using a captioning service, so Otter Live Notes. If you look at that on the top of your screen, you can actually, and I'll actually send a streaming link in the chat. So if you want to take a look at that, you can have access to our live captioning if you would like to use that feature and gain access to the transcript as we go about the call. So you can open that in a separate browser. Panelists, if you could just remember to keep your responses succinct and clear so we can have plenty of time to get to all of our organizations that will be joining us today, and all of the panelists and the great things they have to share with our students. Also, I just want to point out that the session will be recorded today, so for students that are joining us or anyone who didn't get a chance to join the session, we'll be able to play that back later and save that information for anyone who wasn't able to join us today. And then for our students, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to utilize that chat feature at the bottom of your screen, and we'll be sure to answer them as we go. For our panelists and all of our organizations joining us, I'm going to go ahead and post just the order of organizations for speaking, just so that we can have those available, and then there's no confusion of groups trying to talk at the same time. So we'll just use that as I go about the questions for you panelists. Just go ahead and if you would speak in that order that's featured in the chat right now. So we'll go ahead and get started. First, panelists, if you could just share your name, your position with the organization, and then if you could also share your classification or your year, academic year, and then your major as well. And if we have any staff or advisors on the call, please share your role on campus in the organization that you are advising. So if we want to go ahead and Alpha, Epsilon, Delta, you can go ahead and kick us off.
Okay, thank you. Hey everyone, my name is Johnny Yang, and I'm the president of Alpha Epsilon Delta and served as the vice president in 2019. My majors are Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Bachelor of Arts in Biology, and I'm an upcoming senior.
American Marketing Association.
Oh, my bad, sorry. Hi guys, my name is Sierra Iglesia. I'm the co-president of the American Marketing Association following our merger with SMA. I'm a senior and I'm a marketing major with a digital media emphasis.
Hey everyone, I'm Cooper Reilly. I'm the president of the American Medical Student Association. I'm an upcoming senior and my major is biology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Madison Alliston, and I'm the president of the Ole Miss Mock Trial Association. I'm a rising junior majoring in public policy leadership, and I'm excited to meet everyone today.
Hi guys, I'm Kushi Patel, and I'm from the PA Association, and I'm a junior, and I'm majoring in exercise science, and I'm the director of mentorship for the PA program.
Hi everyone, my name is Neil Paul, and I'm the professional networking officer for Ole Miss Society for Human Resource Management, or SHRM. I'm majoring in management with an emphasis in healthcare and minoring in entrepreneurship, and I'll be a senior as well.
All right, do we have everyone? Do we get Image and Teachers of Tomorrow?
No, hi everyone. My name is Chino Udemba, and I'm a senior chemistry major, and I'm president of the Image program.
Hi everyone, my name is Miranda Walsh. I am the president of Teachers Tomorrow. I'm a special education major and I'm a rising senior.
Hey everyone, my name is Ravneet Singh. I'm the vice president of PRISOMA, which is the Student Osteopathic Medicine Association. I'm currently a rising senior and I'm on a major in biology and I'm on the pre-med track.
Hey y'all, my name is Charlie. I'm the president of the Pre-Physical Therapy Organization. I'm a rising senior majoring in exercise science.
Hey y'all, go ahead.
Hello guys, my name is Brandon McClendon. I'm the current president of the National Association of Black Accountants, and I'm a rising junior, and I'm also an accountancy major.
Hey guys, my name is Marie Page. I'm the president for the Student Dietetics Association. I'm a nutrition and dietetics major, and I'm a rising senior.
Okay, are we missing everyone? Did everyone get a chance to go? I know we got a little out of order there.
Hey everyone, my name is Malcolm Marion. I'm an accounting major. I'm a junior, and I'm the director of membership and recruitment for the National Association for Black Accountants.
All right, final call. I think we might have gotten everyone with that. If I did miss anyone, and we'll continue to follow the order. So again, just keep an eye on that chat that I sent to everyone. So for our org representatives, just try to follow that sequence. And if you didn't get a chance to share in this last go around, go ahead and make sure you introduce yourself before answering the next question. So next, if you would please share with us the purpose of your organization. So talk to us about what's the mission of your organization, what's the value you bring to campus, the contribution that you bring to the University of Mississippi and surrounding community. So we'll go ahead and take it back to the top with Epsilon Delta.
Okay, thank you. So AED is a National Health Pre-Professional Honor Society. It's dedicated to the encouragement and recognition of excellence in pre-professional health scholarship. These include medicine, dentistry, veterinary, and many other professions. So it's a culmination of many professional pursuits. The society welcomes students engaged in the pursuit of a professional healthcare career. AED offers opportunities for intellectual and professional development, provides a forum for students with common interests, and extends a program of service to benefit the college and university community.
Hi. So at the American Marketing Association, we really like to focus on networking, learning, freelance marketing, and community service opportunities for our members. Obviously, this will look a little different as everything's virtual now, but we work closely with the School of Business, the School of Journalism, and the Oxford community.
Hey, so at the American Medical Student Association, our main goal is helping our members get to medical school or at least apply to medical school. So what we do is we try to have meetings and send out information that best prepares you as much as we possibly can. So that'll include speakers at meetings from admissions boards, physicians, medical students, and things of that nature to try to help you find your path to medical school.
Just to remind everyone, my name is Madison Alliston, and I'm the president of the Ole Miss Mock Trial Association. And the mock trial team, we put on a fake trial. So we'll have people be attorneys and witnesses. And normally in a normal school year, we would travel to different states and compete against other teams in tournament style things. So we're like an actual team that travels around and competes. This year, everything's going to be virtual. So we'll still have those competitions, but they will be on a virtual level. But the purpose of mock trial is to get students to learn more about the law. If you're wanting to go to law school, it's a great opportunity because you get to actually learn how to be an attorney and how to actually put on a trial. But even if you're not interested in that, if you like Law and Order or any other type of show like that, it's a really fun opportunity for you to do because we have witnesses and you can act out characters. It's kind of like putting on a show. It's a real fun thing. You make great friendships, and we just try to get everyone to learn more about the law and to have a good time. So thank you.
Hi, so I am the social chair for the Pre-PA Society, and our goal is just to help students through the application process for PA school, and just help them get into PA school and have other students meet with the same interest of going or applying to physician assistant school, and just helping them through the process and making it easier for students.
Do we have human resource management here?
Hi, I'm Neil, as I said before. So our purpose would be to position students for success upon graduation. We provide them with activities to help designate professional and personal growth. We also help them build relationships with other students and local professionals while still learning about human resource management. I would say SHRM is an excellent resource for students to gain experience in professional networking and learn more how to best represent themselves in resumes and cover letters in the business world.
Thank you. Medlife? Medlife might not be here. National Association of Black Accountants?
For the National Association of Black Accountants, it's our mission to help students grow in their professionalism in life. In the accounting world, not only do you have to be an accounting major, but you can also be a business major, finance major. We just want to get you guys involved within the business world, get that exposure and meet professionals to build yourself in your career.
All right, for Pre-SOMA, our main mission of the organization is to inform pre-health students about osteopathic medicine and expose them to the field, and mainly help with like application process. So we have different speakers that come in and talk to us. It was only our first year for the organization. So this organization was founded in 2019, last fall. It's only been a year, and we try to have speakers come in and talk and explain more about DO schools, and yeah, and like how to improve for personal statements, applications, and everything.
The main purpose of the pre-physical therapy organization is basically just for students interested in pre-physical therapy or might want to go the pre-physical therapy route. And basically, like a lot of other organizations, it just kind of helps prepare you for the application process. And it's also a great opportunity to meet other pre-PT students.
Hey y'all, I am Helen Mary Gatul. I'm the Vice President for the Student Dietetic Association. The purpose of the University of Mississippi Student Dietetic Association is to support the professional development of students interested in the future of nutrition and healthcare related careers through organized networking opportunities and service projects in the university and Oxford community. We were formed to promote healthy lifestyle, education to staff, students, and faculty using our background and knowledge of dietetics.
I don't know that we have Students United here, so Image, you can go ahead and.
Okay, so like I said before, I'm president of Image, and Image is short for Increasing Minority Access to Graduate Education. So that's our ultimate goal. The program's been on campus for like over 25 years. So our mission is to increase the academic standing of minorities in science, math, and engineering, to increase the number of minorities that matriculate to the University of Mississippi, and to make Image a catalyst for positive things in our community. So we create a strong support system for minority STEM students, not only academically, but also financially and emotionally. So that's it.
Hi guys, so like I said, I'm the president of TOT, which is Teachers of Tomorrow, and the purpose of our organization is to educate pre-service teachers to be the best possible educator they can be through professional development and service opportunities solely in the education field. So anyone through any sort of education major, from secondary to special ed to elementary and anything in between, can join at any grade level. And we focus on like networking and connections. Since like everyone is an education major, you can find like mentorships if you're a freshman or so on, or just support as you student teach and transition to first year teaching.
Great. Well, thank you all so much for sharing more about your organizations. So we're going to move into some more specific questions. If you would prefer not to share in any of these, we can just kind of bounce around. This will be a little bit more flexible. But I would like to ask y'all, what's your favorite aspect of your program? So this could be an annual event that you have, just part of your weekly or monthly meetings, just one of your favorite aspects about your organization and something that you do each year.
I'll start off. So every semester we will do a LinkedIn and resume networking workshop. So we'll have a faculty from usually the School of Business come in, revamp our entire resume. You get to network with a bunch of your peers. It's really fun. And I love that it's hosted by faculty that has professional experience, can really give you that good insight. Also very great to like get to know what the professional social media aspect of your career will be like.
I'll go ahead. So at the American Medical Student Association, my favorite thing that I like that we do is the student panels, mainly because as an undergraduate at pre-med, it feels overwhelming at times because there is a lot that you can do and you don't really know what to do. So it's really nice to get a perspective from people who have already done that sort of thing, so they can give you advice as to what worked for them, what didn't work for them, and just help you in finding how you can, do what helps you get into medical school.
Thanks. Miranda, you want to take it away?
Sure. Yeah, mine's kind of tied for our annual service project, which is usually our fall festival, which is going to look a little different this year, but it's our service project that involves all our members and then the community. So we put flyers out to all the local Lafayette and Oxford schools from high school to elementary, and kids can come with their families and they play games and events and they can win prizes. So it's just nice to like get the community involved with our program, but also our monthly meetings, because we have speakers come from first year teachers to principals to career center and everything in between. So you can kind of get real world advice and opportunities.
Thank you. And as more folks share, if you wouldn't mind just prefacing your response with your organization's name, just for the sake of, keeping everything together, since we do have a lot of orgs here.
I'll go. So I'm Madison again, the president of the Ole Miss Mock Trial Association. And one of the best things I love about this organization is how much networking we do. So we go to different tournaments throughout the years from different states. Last year we went to Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, and areas around Mississippi, and you get to compete against those students. So you're making connections with students around the country that are interested in law the same as you. And so that's really interesting, but you also get to do that on campus at our meetings and at our social events that we do. We throw a Christmas, Halloween party, all that stuff. And you get to network with students that might not have your same major. We have people that are in education majors, public policy majors, even medical majors, if any of y'all want to join, that come and you get to network and just meet a lot of people. It prepares you for a life doing law, because in that lifestyle, you will meet a lot of new people with clients and stuff, but just networking around the country is just a great thing that our program does.
I think
As for the National Association of Black Accountants, I would say my favorite event that we do each year is to go to our annual Southern Region Conference. It's very great and worth the while. You meet different professionals from all over. You meet the different firms and companies, not just big four companies. And our members usually come out of those conferences with internship opportunities for the summer. And I think it's very beneficial for us. And we all get closer to each other and talk about the real world and how to prepare ourselves.
Hey, so I know I haven't spoken yet, but I serve as the Vice President for Image, Increasing Minority Access to Graduate Education. And one of, well, a couple of things that we do, we have a spring and fall retreat. Of course, with the virus, it's switched up a little bit, but we go and camp out in the cabins for a weekend, and we do team building exercises. The other retreat would consist of some type of virtual interaction as it relates to what has occurred with the virus. Another great thing that we do around Halloween time, we go to the Boys and Girls Club and we volunteer there. We do all type of crazy things, between making glue. I mean, well, not glue, goo. So with like glue and different stuff, to like a mummy wrap, all types of fun things with the kids. And so I think that's one of our more enjoyable events that we do.
For Pre-SOMA, I think my favorite event is that a lot of speakers come and talk to us. So we made like personal connections with the speakers from schools. So for example, Miss Mary, she's from VCOM. She came to talk to us last semester, and she reviewed my personal statement personally, and she gave me feedback and everything. And like, I guess just the connections that you made with them. And then also, I think we have a lot to share with our members about Pre-SOMA and medical school in general. So like, if you join, we'll give you all the information that we have and that we learned so far that we wish that when we were freshmen that someone would have given us.
Hey guys, I'm Kushi again from the Pre-PA Society, and my favorite thing would be just like helping each other, and like people who have already like started like applying for the CAPSA and stuff, they can give advice to like the younger students that are gonna apply later. And we didn't get to do much last year because we're such a new organization, but we plan on bringing people from other schools to like come speak with us and come talk to us and tell us about their program, their PA program, and help us out.
Hey y'all, I'm Marie from the Student Dietetics Association, and one of my favorite things that we do is we like to volunteer out in the Oxford community, and a few of the organizations that we work with is MANA, which is a feeding ministry. We also work with More Than a Meal and the Oxford Community Market. It's a really great way to get out in the Oxford community as well as being on campus to meet a lot of people, and it's great for networking.
Hey y'all, so the pre-physical therapy organization is also fairly new. We actually only got around to having one meeting before all this coronavirus happened, but kind of going off what other organizations had said, we just had plans to have lots of PT schools come and speak to give students advice on just the whole application process, and that pretty much is what our organization looks like. It's just helping you be the best applicant you can be.
Hey everyone. So AED also, like many of the other organizations, hosts a peer panel where accepted students come and speak about their experiences and any advice they can give. I think that an interesting aspect of AED is that we have the culmination of so many professional organizations that you kind of see the similarities of the difficult journeys that we all go through, but also learn to appreciate the differences between them. And that's going to be important because when you're working in the healthcare industry, rarely are you going to be working alone. You've got in the hospital, you've got physicians, MD, nurses, technicians, phlebotomists, etc. So I think that's a rewarding experience in that.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much. If an organization didn't get a chance to share on that, please take first dibs on this next question. And just as a reminder to all of our incoming students that are participating, if you have any follow-up questions about anything that these organizations have shared, feel free to use that chat box, and then our organizations can also jump in and respond to you on the chat. And then also keep in mind at the end of this session, we'll have just open questions for anything that we didn't ask that y'all would like to know about. You can unmute and ask at the end of the session or utilize the chat function. So moving right along, for our organizations, could y'all share, why should a new student join your organization? How can they get plugged in, attending your meetings, and take advantage of the services you provide?
I'll go first since I wasn't able to answer the last question. I would say you should definitely join Ole Miss SHRM because we give you the option to further your networking, which is one of the most important steps to be successful in the business world. Even if you're not in the business school, it is still important for you to know professional skills and professional networking skills. And that's why our organization, we are open to anybody. You don't have to be a part of the business school. Even if you're not human resources, even if you're in the business school, if you're marketing, finance, real estate, MIS, whatever it may be, we're open to anybody on campus.
As for the National Association of Black Accountants, I would say we give great amount of opportunity, the opportunities that maybe other students may not give, especially with our minorities, and we do accept everybody else as well. However, we get one-on-one action with people like partners. So there's a hired people in the accountancy world. I know for myself, I started out as a freshman in the organization, and upon the ending of my freshman year, I was able to get an internship with the #1 Big Four, and I know from my experience, it was great. And I know NABA is here to help us. And our motto is lift as we climb. And now as I'm president, I'm trying to strive more to reach out to freshmen like I was and you guys the same opportunity and give the advice I was to get a head start and be as good as you can in your field.
I'll go. Okay. The Ole Miss mock trial team gives you a lot of benefits if you join the team. Ever since I've been a part of the team, I've gained public speaking skills in critical thinking, analytical skills. I've learned to think on my feet and to be there for my teammates and to learn how to be a great teammate and friend to others. I've gained confidence and I've learned and found my passion for the law, and it's made me realize how I want to become a lawyer. Like I said earlier, it has great networking skills. Even if you don't want to go to law school, you're going to make connections all around the world that can help you pursue whatever you want to pursue in the future. I've learned the importance of dedication, being part of a team, working towards a goal, and just doing my best for everyone that's part of the team. So I think being on the team would have many benefits.
For the pre-PA society, the benefits of joining would just having a support system of people who are also going through the same process as you, making the whole thing easier, having people who are older than you help you and guide you. Overall, just, help make the process a lot easier. It could be stressful, and just add to your experiences in college as well.
Yeah, for Teachers of Tomorrow, we provide a lot of great resources. One is requiring our members to complete service hours. That just gives all our members to get another opportunity to get back in the field of education, whether you're a senior, and that gives you an opportunity to experience different things outside of your classroom, or if you're a freshman, now you have early experience to work one-on-one with the teacher, principal, tutoring kids. It gives you opportunities from beginning of your process in the School of Education to the end. So it's just opening your eyes and building connections and networking, along with having support through that journey, because everyone with you is an education major, so they know they've either been through the process or they're going through it with you now. Along with that, you become a member of the Mississippi's Association of Educators, which gives you tons of great benefits like liability insurance, conferences you can attend. So really just networking, connections, and confidence as you become an educator.
So for the image program, I feel like there's so much going on at Ole Miss. So it's nice to have an organization that'll keep you informed about career development workshops that'll be specific for STEM majors. We provide academic support in the form of tutoring and a form of networking with other minorities in your major. We have our own computer lab, which gives free printing and free Scantrons to the members. We have a stipend every semester for the members that ranges from around $500 to like $800. It depends on your GPA for the semester. So like it encourages you to keep your GPA high so you can get, more money. And most importantly for me, I like that I get to meet other minorities in STEM major. I feel like it's nice to get to talk to people who go through similar issues as me, especially since like I'm often the only African American woman in my classes. So it's nice to be around people who understand what I get to go through.
Hey y'all, so the Student Dietetic Association has many benefits. So first off, it's a great way to get involved. We have many different places we get involved with, and sometimes as an incoming freshman, it can be scary, like not knowing who to get involved with or not knowing anyone to go volunteer with. And so with our association, you can have friends to go volunteer with, so it's not as scary. Another way that the Student Dietetic Association has benefits is you get to meet students within your field, and especially for freshmen, if you don't have nutrition classes yet, you can meet other students with similar interests. Another way is you get to meet different dietitians from the different fields of dietetics and nutrition, since there are many different fields and it's kind of all different. So that's another good way, and networking too.
Hey guys, so I'm the treasurer of Pre-Soma, and one of the benefits of Pre-Soma or pre-osteopathic medicine is that you can, again, make connections, because we have a lot of admission counselors come in our meetings and talk about their application process and their interview process as well, and just information you cannot get from the website. And as pre-health professions know that GPA and MCAT are not the only requirements to get into med school. It also includes volunteering and shadowing and clinical experiences. So we kind of guide our members as to how to get those and make their application better. They can even talk to admission counselors of different colleges, and they can get feedback on their own particular case instead of just generalized people coming in talking about their own colleges.
Hey guys, a few of the really cool benefits about the American Marketing Association are we actually have a ton of leadership roles available for students following our merger. So it's super easy to make an impact and become very involved and a leader on campus and in your organization. We work very closely with the Oxford community doing a lot of freelance marketing. So you're getting tangible, job references and things to show for your work. That is really great addition to your resume.
Yeah, I think for the American Medical Student Association, we do a lot of things similar to some of the other pre-professional schools, in that we try to help you get into those graduate schools. I joined the first semester of my freshman year, and I really don't know how I would have gotten all the information I have gotten from AMSA without being a member of the organization. So I think it's really important to, not only learn about what opportunities you should pursue, but also like specific ways that you can pursue those opportunities, whether that's volunteering or shadowing or doing research or any other thing that you would want to do as a pre-med student?
All right. Any last comments? Okay, well, in this next question, we just, y'all just shared why our incoming students should join your organizations. But now I would love to hear a little bit more about your individual experiences. So if you wouldn't mind sharing, or whoever would like to jump in, tell us more about your personal experience in this organization and how you've benefited, whether it be, how it's really transformed your academics or supplemented that experience, how you've developed, your job skills and transferable skills in everything you've learned from being a part of these organizations. So I'll turn it over to y'all again for whoever would like to share.
I can go. As for myself, as I mentioned earlier, I was able to get an early opportunity with a Big Four firm. Since then, I'd say I've grown a lot as a person, and I've had many of the members in my organization in NABA ask me for help in how I did it. And usually in accountancy school, as some may know, that you typically do it around your junior year. However, I thought it was best to do it early, because I know most of the time some people get stressed towards their junior, senior year, depending on what firm they're trying to pick. I told myself, right now I'm comfortable and I know which firm I'm leaning towards, and I have a great feeling on how my future will be. And NABA is here to support me as well. They're here to support my academics. We do have scholarships for our outstanding member, outstanding e-board member, our outstanding new member, and also a presidential scholarship. So it's definitely living up to our motto as we climb.
I'll go next. So the American Marketing Association has taught me a lot about being a young professional and familiarizing myself with the industry standards and entering the workforce, because it is a little bit intimidating and quite scary coming out of college. So I feel like it's given me a lot of teamwork skills, a lot of great communication skills, as well as a lot of just compassionate, empathetic community service skills as well.
Yeah, I agree actually with a lot she just said. On a professional level, it's definitely helped me grow with collaboration. Never did I think I was going to apply or want to apply for a leadership role, and the encouragement from other members was like overwhelming for that. So definitely just a support system you gain. And I think like building relationships with peers, but also adults and mentors has been a huge thing for me. Like stepping out of my comfort zone to like communicate with principals of schools and everything like that was never something I pictured, but has definitely like helped me mature into a professional role in the education field.
I want to add something to mine super quick. I totally forgot. We also have a really close-knit alumni with the American Marketing Association and with the former Student Marketing Association. I still talk to the president who was there when I was a freshman and how she's going through college and whatnot. So it isn't really just for 4 years. You're part of this organization for as long as you choose.
Yeah, and adding on to that, so the pre-PA program has taught me how to like network and like, build connections with people, like not just like my peers, but like also like, mentors and stuff. And they've like really guided me into the right direction and just like, like made like the whole application process just like, a little bit easier and like, and it's a great way to like connect with people.
I'd like to go next. Again, I'm from Ole Miss SHRM, and for me, like one of the important things that I took away from this organization would definitely have to be professional networking skills and how to create a professional resume and a cover letter, because it's important, because this allows you to better represent yourself to future employers. For example, because of all of these skills, like one of our active members last year is now working for an HR department. We had someone from Continental Tire from my hometown come and speak to our students, and she was able to network with them and potentially get a job. So that is definitely something I took away from Ole Miss SHRM.
For Priscilla, just to add on something that a lot of people have said, I've learned how to build connections. So the different advisors that they came again, I've had like they've been really helpful at telling me, putting me in the right direction on what to do next, and just telling me how to improve my application and what to do next. So I feel like by coming to all these meetings and the events that we have, you can like gain a lot of experience on and make connections with a lot of people. Your peers, you get to meet a lot of new people. I've met some of my friends, and yeah, and like we study together. So I think it's just like a great way to connect with.
I'll go. So for the Student Dietetics Association, I feel like every member gets something different out of our meetings and all of our involvement. But for me personally, when I got into college, I wasn't exactly sure what major I wanted to do, what path I wanted to take. So going to the different meetings got me kind of involved in seeing what everybody else did and seeing their interest, and dietetics was something that I became interested in. And the first meeting I went to, it was really helpful because it kind of walked me through the steps of everything that you have to do post-grad or post-undergrad, and gives you a good view of the different types of dietitians there are and what you can expect in the workforce. So it's really good for your future career.
So with the image program, I know it's a academic organization. I gained a lot academically, but for me personally, I feel like I learned a lot of communication skills, and I was taught to just be out there and say how I feel. Me personally, I'm a somewhat quiet and nervous person, but the members treat you like family. They'll encourage you to go after whatever you believe in. For example, my freshman year, I really wanted to do research in the organic chemistry lab because I just thought that the projects were super interesting, but I hadn't even taken organic yet. And I was just really nervous that I wasn't qualified and I'd be rejected. But the people in the organization like encouraged me to go for it. And it turns out that some of the members even went off and talked to the professor about me, and they knew some grad students, and they helped me get accepted into the research lab that I work in now. So I feel like I benefited from that.
Any final comments on that one? Okay, well, we will roll right into the next question. So I'd love to hear more about what the membership experience looks like in your organizations. I know several of you have talked about this a lot, but tell us more about your current active members. What are some of the qualities of your current active members, just to kind of help our incoming students, be able to see themselves within your organization?
I'll go. So with the pre-physical therapy organization, since we are so new, we're open to just anyone on campus, even if you just might have a little interest in PT. We encourage everyone to come out and be a part of this. So to become an active member, really, we just like to see that you're volunteering and coming out to, at least 2 meetings a semester, and that is how you gain active membership.
I'll go. So to be a part of the Mock Trial Association, normally during a normal school year, we have a tryout process. I don't know exactly how COVID's going to affect that yet. Our board is still meeting and trying to figure out those answers before school starts. But once you become a member of the team, we accept everyone, any major, whether you're interested in the law, you just want to become a part of a team, you like to act, and you want to become a witness. We accept anyone. And once you've made the team, we have member practices throughout the week to prepare for our competitions, where we travel to different states, like I said earlier. But other than those practices, you learn more about the law. You learn about the rules of evidence. You learn how an actual law works, how a court case works. You learn how to work with others and become actually a part of a team. You get you have to have dedication to the team, of course, but we also have a lot of fun events. So you get to network with people throughout campus and throughout the other states through the National Mock Trial Association. It's really fun being part of this team, and I love it. I've been doing it since high school, and hopefully some new people will want to join.
As for NABA,
My bad, you go first.
Okay. As for NAVA, our experience from members, it's not much requirements. We just ask that you do pay your national dues each year. Typically, we have our intro meeting. We usually go to the bowling alley and talk with each other for the night and get to know each other. Then throughout the year, we do socials. We also meet with the different firms in different industries. Like I said, not just firms. We also meet with people like FedEx and different banks. The qualities I would say that our members have, we're not afraid to present ourselves and give an elevator pitch of who we are and what we represent and how we want to be.
So for the American Marketing Association, I'd say some qualities that describe myself and a lot of my other teammates would be hardworking, creative, innovative, and very eager to learn and be a part of the conversation. We are a very small group following our merger with SMA, so we'd really love to get a lot of younger students who may not necessarily be marketing interested, but interested in the business world and having those conversations about entering the workforce and resumes and all that good stuff. So we definitely want somebody who's open-minded and would love to contribute to the conversation.
So speaking for image, I know for us, membership is it's pretty cool because we get stipends based on our activeness. So a lot of people, you have to get points depending on your classification. Freshmen and sophomores have to get a certain amount of points, and it probably deducts about 15 points once you become juniors and seniors because you have more stuff to do. But this will involve going to resume seminars or what have you, and depending on your GPA and your activeness, you'll be able to get up to from $500 to $800 or $1,000 worth of money towards school a semester. And so being an active member, or the qualities of our members, is being active, right? Doing community service, like stuff like that goes towards the points that you receive. So that's a way to keep our members active. And we have fun. We love each other. We're like a family. So if you're looking for that environment, group of people, Image is the place to be.
Yeah, so a little bit of being a member of the American Medical Student Association, I'm sorry. We'll have bi-weekly meetings, so we don't want to take up too much of your time because a lot of our, mission is to make sure that you stay involved. So we really want you to be involved in other stuff, so we don't want to, become too strenuous on your time. So at these meetings, we'll have, admissions teams come in, so you learn more about that. So a lot of what our students have in them is a lot of drive to, change the community and become a better applicant to medical school. So with that drive, you can take that in a variety of places, like I've talked about before. We have students that have, a really big drive for research, a really big drive for volunteering. And I think that's what is best about us, is that we have a mix of people, so you can interact with people who aren't like yourself, because, no two medical applicants are the same. And it's good to have other opinions when, formulating your own application.
Hey, y'all. So for AED, there is going to be a quantitative assessment. So 3.2 GPA is a requirement to apply for membership. But that again, it means the overall GPA and the BCPM. And essentially the BCPM is biology, physics, math, and chemistry, so sciences and math. But for the outlook of the semester, we were planning to have 4 meetings per semester. And the one thing that I want to emphasize about AET is that its students are very diverse. For example, I think that for programs like MD, MBA, MD, Juris, JDs as well, or MD, PhD programs, all these programs are combinations of different assets, different skill sets that students possess and want to pursue. And having that diversity and experience within organizations is very important. And I think AED provides that. Now, in addition to to the things that AD can provide, I think it's important to also venture out with all these organizations that people have been talking about today, because at the end of the day, you can go in multiple organizations, and it is about finding your group. So, you know, and I hope AD can be that one group for you as well.
Hey y'all. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you can go.
Okay. So for the Student Dietetic Association, we have monthly meetings. So once a month on Tuesdays at about 6:30, and we usually have a speaker, most of the time a dietitian, who will come and talk about whatever they do. And then we also really encourage our members to get involved in the community through the different service opportunities we have within the organization. And some of the qualities of all of our members are, we are just really hardworking and dedicated to our schoolwork and our future careers.
Yes, so for Ole Miss SHRM, we're also new. We just joined fall 2019. So for right now, for our membership process, like anybody can join, regardless of your major. The SHRM membership experience is an open membership where any business student can sign up for events without having to be a member for right now. However, in the fall, we are planning to begin formal recruiting to help students in the School of Business. Some of the qualities our active members possess are having wanting to become more involved in the local and regional business sphere, while also being driven to educate themselves on how to better present their skills and to their respective business communities.
So a lot of new members of pre-SOMA don't usually know about the osteopathic approach, which is an alternate to MD or Doctor of Medicine. We usually get a lot of pre-health students, and we kind of guide them to how to apply to osteopathic and what really it is. So mainly our focus on the active member status is based on volunteering opportunities. So you have to, again, attend our meetings, which are bi-weekly, and then you have to participate in certain amount of volunteering activities, or you can shadow, and you just have to report it to us somehow that you completed these many activities, and you just checked all our boxes, and then you can be an active member.
Yeah, so for Teachers of Tomorrow, our members embody leadership, drive, reliability, passion, and just responsibility. And we ask our members to complete 12 service hours for the year, so 5 in the fall, 5 in the spring, and then 2 at our annual service event. And then just attend our monthly meetings. They're usually the first Tuesday of every month at 7, and where we have guest speakers come, like I said, from principals to administrators to veteran teachers. The teachers talk about certain topics like classroom management or genre specific, to first year teachers, and so on. So that just gives you like applicable advice and opportunity to talk one-on-one with these speakers, or just absorb the information and give you some insight into what like a future might look like, or a different like path in the education field, and just continue to make those connections and collaborate with other educators.
All right, well, we have one more question for everyone. Thank you again for all of your responses. Last, I want to ask about kind of just like a future-oriented question for your organizations. You know, all of these students are coming in, going to be first-year students, and I'm sure they want to know about the longevity of your organization, and this is really the future of your org. So tell us about, you know, where do you see your organization going over the next few years, and how could these new potential members really contribute and help you all get there?
So Alpha Epsilon Delta is the largest honor society in the nation. With that being said, our chapter is smaller compared to the national or local chapters. Our advisor is actually the president of the executive group that oversees the national group, Dr. Taylor, if you guys reached out to him. So what I'd like to do is, or my vision is to create a vast network within our group, our chapter here, the beta chapter, effectively create a mentorship of these with small groups, and then each group being tailored to interest. For example, I would consider like your pre-profession, who would want to group pre-meds, MDDOs, pre-PTs, pre-PAs, pre-pharmacy, pre-nursing, all the pre-professional groups, and then organize that considering where the geographic region is. Like, where do you want to go attend school after this? What do you want to go after this? Where do you want to work? And then lastly, consider the majors. I think that's an important aspect too, because business majors can understand each other better, class-wise, mentality, and I say that for our organization because business is an integral part of healthcare. For example, if a student wanted to pursue a CMO career, chief medical officer, he or she would need to become a physician first, and then shake the right hands essentially, and move up the chain, become the chief medical officer. And through that, I think this mentorship can facilitate that process.
Hey, so for the American Marketing Association, I'll start with like short term and then long term. So short term, obviously COVID is going to affect how we run our meetings and have our events, but we're already planning a lot of virtual projects and meetings and events for our members to take part of, especially a virtual networking event. That'll be really exciting. That was supposed to happen last spring. Going forward, we would really like to have a lot of underclassmen. It's become an issue that we have so many older people on exec that are seniors, and we really do want to be able to pass our baton on to a younger student who's able to carry on the same vision and creative aspirations for the organization. And we'd love to be able to network with all of our other SEC AMA chapters. I think Tulane and LSU have pretty big AMA chapters, and we'd love to host events with them, whether it be national competitions or just weekend retreats and things like that.
So similar to what she just said, the future of our organization, the pre-physical therapy organization, is actually going to be really dependent on the new members, the upcoming underclassmen, because I think the majority of our leadership roles right now are upperclassmen. I think all but one are seniors. So again, I just really encourage all of you to come out if you're interested in physical therapy, no matter what class you are. We're open to all classes, everyone on campus, and just really encourage you to come out if.
So for Ole Miss SHRM, for short term, we already went ahead and we're starting to plan virtual events. For example, we held one in the spring where we had professors from the University of Chicago speak to our students about, like employment during the pandemic and what it's going to look like in the next 2 years for students like us. So that's like short term. And for long term, I would see Ole Miss SHRM as the professional networking organization in the School of Business that helps many students become better business professionals and assist them with a smooth transition into the business world. I see our organization also growing to accommodate more students and offer professional networking in as many business fields as possible. And our advisor is also in the business school. His name is Dr. Jeremy Muser. And so, he'll be foreseeing in the future as well.
Yeah, so for Teachers of Tomorrow, last year was actually one of our biggest growth years. We had 186 members, so we hope to continue to grow that more and more each year, starting with our younger members. For me personally, I know I wish I would have had some of the information and opportunities that TOP provides early on in my college career. It would have made me feel more secure about choosing a career path early on. And just our big mission is involving the community. We're all educators, so we all care about our kids in the class. So we like to do a lot of community events and just let them know there's resources and opportunities, which is why we ask our members to volunteer in the education field. One, it benefits them and gives you more opportunities, builds your resume, but two, it also gets you out there and it lets the students know that you want to be there at the same time.
As for NABA, we are also going virtually as an organization. We have already talked with all the firms and they have agreed to talk with us. And for our long term right now, we're actually planning on having mentors from our previous members and our alumni, because most of the time when we do move to firms, we do see a lot of our alumni come back. And as I said earlier about the motto, lift as we climb, you know, they come back important to us and make sure we're up there just as with them and provide opportunity for us. And as other organizations have been saying, I can stress this a lot too, that it is important as an incoming freshman that it's okay to be a freshman and be on the e-board, because we all do need fresh ideas to better organization and keep up what's going on now.
For pre-SOMA, I think the long-term goal is like to set up a tradition for DO students so they can help each other, like build friendships and connections with each other, to help each other with the application process and the different things. So for example, I've met a lot of people, and when we have our events, and I still talk to them, they're my friends, and we talk to each other, we keep each other on track with the MCAT or everything, like the application process and everything. But overall for pre-SOMA for this upcoming year, we did have one of Zoom calls, like I mentioned earlier, on in the spring semester, since everything went online with Will and Carrie. So we plan to keep that up and hopefully to have some in-person meetings as well.
Hey y'all, so for SDA, for the future, we want to continue to grow our membership. We'd really like to listen to what our members' interests are and kind of accommodate to them. One future goal that I have personally is to kind of hold our members accountable to get involved on campus. We have a point system within our organization to get involved and do a number of service hours and attend meetings, and I'd like to continue that as years go on.
So with the Image program, I see us forming a network with more minority STEM students at Ole Miss. Our goal is to increase the number of minority students who not only graduate from Ole Miss, but also seek and get accepted into graduate and professional programs. My goal for this organization is to reach more students and make a lasting impact on their Ole Miss experience. For our program, there's no fee to join, so it's free to join, and there's no minimum GPA or anything. So our ultimate goal is for your growth and to help members become the best version of themselves in college.
So for the Pre-PA Society, we are also a fairly new organization. We just started last year. So we are definitely hoping to increase our numbers and establish well on campus. We encourage anyone to join if you're interested in the profession. It's a great way to meet other people who are also interested in PA and going to grad school. And yeah, if you're interested, we'd love to comment in the box below.
All right, any final comments there? We are going to turn things over to questions from our incoming students in just a minute, but I just want to open the floor. Panelists, if there's anything that wasn't asked or if there was something you were hoping to share about your organization that you didn't get to touch on, I'm just going to open the floor to y'all one last time to share any of those final closing comments. If you don't have any, that's fine too.
I would just like to say that if you're interested, feel free to shoot me an email. You can email me. I've sent my email in the chat below. Or you can email our chapter email, and make sure to join us on Instagram. We put a lot of information about upcoming meetings and everything that's going on with DO schools or MCAT in general. So feel free to join.
Absolutely. And panelists, I know a few people had to leave early. So students, take a look at the chat box. A lot of our panelists have left their information and social media handles. Definitely encourage anyone else to share where our students can connect with you on social media, and I'll send some different things as well at the end. Okay, we do have a question. So how do I join TOT?
Yes. Sorry. It's really easy. So follow our social media, and we're going to post about when our first meeting is, and it should be, I want to say the third weekend in September. And you just come and you can go ahead and join Mississippi Association of Educators, and that'll give you access. And then you just come to our meetings, and it's really as simple as that. And if you don't know how to join May yet, we'll explain it all at our first meeting and send out like step-by-step screenshots. So your attendance in that first meeting will explain it all. So just follow our social medias and keep a lookout. It'll probably be via Zoom.
Thank you, Miranda. Question for the Ole Miss mock trial. I think, is mock trial still on here? Yes, I think they are. Do you do comedy?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Are you seeing that comment? Do you do comedy trials?
Oh, okay. Well, they're mostly serious, but in practice and stuff, we do comedy trials. The trials themselves, though, they'll have multiple witnesses, and we always have character witnesses that are really comedic. So if you like to do that type of stuff, you could become that witness. So it is fun in that aspect. We always have a character witness that's really funny that doesn't really add anything to the case, but you have to have it there to make it more interesting. So yes, in that sense, we do. Thanks for the question.
Awesome. Thank you. And then we have a question from Jenna. Are there any certain deadlines to apply or join your organizations for the fall? Feel free, whoever wants to jump in, or you can, panelists, if you want to respond to that in the chat, you can as well.
I'll go first. There's no deadline to when you can join, so you can join whenever. So feel free.
Perfect. Yeah, and just as a reminder, as people are sharing, you know, we've got all the contact information floating around in that chat, so copy that. And then I'm also going to share in the chat, and I'm sure some of you probably have already familiarized yourself, hopefully, with the forum, which is our platform where we house all of our campus events and organizations. So really simple, olemiss.edu/forum, FORUM. So I have that in the chat. Feel free to look at that, and you can search any of these organizations that have joined us today. And you can find their contact information there, as well as events and things like that. And then, of course, as they're sharing their contact information, stay connected with them on social media. And they're sharing email addresses as well. I want to pause and just, again, open the floor to our incoming students. If you want to use the chat function, or let me know if you want to unmute and ask a question over Zoom, we can do that before we close out with some final announcements.
I've just attached a PowerPoint for Prisoma in the chat, so if you guys want to take a look at it before, or if you have any questions about it.
All right, well, if there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and close out. I want to thank, first of all of our students who have been in attendance today. We really appreciate you sharing your time with us. And then panelists, we appreciate your time as well and taking the opportunity to connect with our incoming students and share more about your organization. I realized I did not introduce myself at the beginning of this session, but my name is Haley Anderson, and I serve as Assistant Director for Leadership Programming here in the Ole Miss Student Union. So if you have questions about involvement or student organizations, you can also contact our office. If you're just trying to find how to get involved, how to plug in, and you're not really sure where to find your place yet, we're happy to help you with that and connect you with all of these amazing folks who have joined us on the panel. So if you have any just general questions about involvement in general, you can send us an email at getinvolved@olemiss.edu, and we'd be happy to direct you and connect you to any of these fantastic student orgs or helping you navigate that forum platform. One more question before we close out. Does Image have a deadline for membership?
Technically, we do. We start at the beginning of the semester. You have to come to Vardaman Hall where you sign up, but there's no harsh deadline. If you email us and it's like a little bit past, like if you email us in September or something, we'll still let you in. But it's better if you try to come at the beginning of the semester, since we do have a point system. So it'll be harder for you to get all of your points to qualify for a stipend if you don't come earlier in the semester.
Thank you. Any final questions, students? Thank you all for your participation. We will be, as I said at the beginning, we will be posting this recording to our website. So that's union.olemiss.edu. So if you miss something or want to go back and listen to someone's response again, or if you didn't catch the whole presentation today, you can see your recording there. Also, if you have any friends that you know would benefit from this information, please direct them to our website so they can also view the recording of this session. And as I shared, please send us an email if you have any other questions. But that's all I have. Anyone else have any closing questions or comments? Awesome. Well, y'all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Students, we hope that you will join us for other sessions this week. We have many more organizations that are going to be joining us if you're interested in service and philanthropy. We have some special interest organizations. So keep a lookout on our website and all of our social media pages where you can find the schedule for the rest of Get Involved Week. But thank you so much for joining our academic and pre-professional organization session. We will hope to see you later on in the week. Thank you again.